Hi everyone, it's Mr. Janes. I just wanted to say thanks so much for the people who've been liking, subscribing, following, and whatever terminology you want to use. So hand it over to that other guy. Tell him to take a shower and shave or something. Alright, good morning mushrooms! Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers, sisters, mothers, misters, cousins, let's plug in and break down the news. As always, 8 a.m. always. I've been doing it for about a week, and I'm only doing it on the weekdays, so not always. But breaking down the news, grammar and vocabulary through today's headlines. I roll out of bed, I make myself a cup of coffee, I go and highlight headlines, slap them here into the computer, and then walk through them with you. And so, I'm just getting my gears turning here. I've only looked at these words briefly, and so pardon my lack of eloquence, articulation, and, well, otherwise. Now, some people have been watching and giving me some feedback. Thank you very much. Love you. Much appreciated. Taking that into account, I built an actual workstation. I've improved my lighting. I've installed a different camera. And yes, ooh, look at that. Now you can see just how greasy I am. Shine, shine. So, as you know, I use CNN because American journalism, as I said yesterday, is more sensational. Not true. The correct word is sensationalist, for better or for worse. Starting off here, we've got Trump's big show will hide the real story. To hide just means to put something where you can't see it, and you probably know that. And so, oh, I'm picking his nose. Oh, hey, Zdeněk. Ha! There's somebody here in the comments. Not just you, Zdeněk. Everybody out there. Hide. I'm pointing it out here. You probably know the word, but it's related to some more vocabulary as we move on. Even with the coronavirus causing thousands of deaths daily, the president plans to release new guidelines. Guidelines. They're lines that are meant to guide you. So you can go here, you can go there, but you just got to stay between the lines. They're not really laws, they're not just recommendations. A little bit stronger than recommendations, and it's kind of just the middle ground. They had them all trapped in here, but they want to share them with the public. And so then they open their doors and they release them. What are the guidelines about? They are going to ease social distancing. To ease. You probably know the word easy, and so to make less serious, less severe, more chilly chill. Fumbled their response. To fumble. If you know American football, that's when you're running with the ball and then you drop it by accident. You're not supposed to do that. And so really though, to fumble means to handle something in a way that is clumsy. Now, clumsy is something that, oh jeez, I know very well, and I just did that on purpose to demonstrate. It's like if I wanted to give you a drink and, oh, let me get that. Whoa! That's why you never keep water on the same level as your computer. Fumble their response to these four. Got it right. We had it yesterday to get something right, to get something wrong. All right, just a phrase. Deal with it. Deal with, we use it all the time. And it just means, well, there's several different meanings, but in this case, it's just like manage, how to address something, what actions they are taking. And so, deal with. Yesterday we had to handle, not door handle, to handle a problem. This is basically the same thing. A common mistake that I hear from even the most proficient speakers, people then will say, handle with. But we don't handle with. We deal with, or we handle. Is, reduced passive, is diagnosed with coronavirus. Best of luck, get well. Virus piles on the pain. It's like the virus is my halo. A pile of sand, a pile of dirty clothes in the corner of your room. Piling up, accumulating, building up. In this case, it's pile on. With on, just like we can put blame on somebody, we can put pressure on somebody. Notice most of these things are negative. Put stuff on them, and so it's piling on the pain for these poor people. To pile on the pain, to pile on criticism, to pile on bad stuff. To extend just means to make longer. Worsens over the virus. Worsen! And make that adjective. In the past we've had tighten, sharpen, flatten. It will happen. It won't blow your mind, but it will broaden your horizons. Seek, just a fancy word for look for, but it's something bigger than just look for. It's like a quest, a journey, like the Holy Grail. Temporary pause to fighting. Peace, yo, we just need to settle our differences. To accuse somebody of doing something. I accuse him of peeing on my floor. This is a sad one. Well, it's the news, it's the headlines. In the time of crisis and pandemic, it's pretty much all sad. But zoo, struggling so much it may need to feed some animals to the other animals. We're not going to get into the gruesome details there. Struggling, to try very hard to do something, difficulty or in a difficult situation. Ooh, as a noun, think about it. Two detectives walk into an apartment and they see that the table is broken, the lamp is on the floor, the chair is on the floor, the glass is broken, and the one detective looks to the other and he says, signs of a struggle. She was in a coma when she gave birth. Wow, again, crazy story. Best of luck to you and your baby, because here she met her baby for the first time. In a coma, in a coma. Different than a comma. A comma has two M's and it divides clauses in a sentence. They're very useful. Oh, yeah, up there at first we had hide, remember? Here, secret weapon, hidden. Hide, hid, hidden. Not the only point I want to make. It's still coming. Wait for it, as my man Barney would say. Calls on Britons not to forget blah, 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 blah. Calls on them to do something, not to do something. To call on somebody is basically to choose or select the person, to request the person to do or not do. Just like a teacher asks a question, nobody raises their hand, of course, and so then you have to call on one of the students. Yes, all right. John? Yes, thanks. Could you answer this question, please? Chaos in Kenyan slum as virus takes its toll. To take a toll on something means basically just to do damage. And so the virus is taking its toll on the unfortunate people in that slum in Kenya. The virus is taking its toll on the economy. Age is taking its toll on my appearance. Notice here, its toll. You can say taking a toll, or in this case, its toll. No apostrophe. It's possessive. No apostrophe. Just like his or hers, no apostrophe. Good luck, Italy. Good luck, Spain, as we're using, coffee. Speaking of which, I'll have some more. Thank you. Delish. I gotta get used to looking at a different camera. With time, young Padawan. Scientists spotted to see it often from afar and identified immediately. Look at that. Suspend just means take a time out, stop, pause, something. Ta-da! Unveil. Veil is to hide or cover something. To unveil also means to reveal. Open the magic curtain. I shall reveal what's behind my green screen. If something, it's a budget iPhone, that means it's less expensive for all those people out there that don't have a couple $1,000s to waste. Kind of meditate and float. Defying the laws of nature. Go against, to challenge. Oh, look at that. Again! Melting glaciers reveal a lost mountain pass and artifacts. Ooh. Which were reduce relative clause and a passive, which were used by Vikings. Apparently it was very emotional because he was choking back tears. There's only a couple things we choke back. It's like emotions, choke back tears. To choke, pardon me, while I choke down some more coffee. That's it. I'm out. Away from other things, not let it out. No, I'm not crying. I promise I'm not crying. I like this one. Bears, live it up after park closure. The bear population has like quadrupled, and they're just kind of walking around, having a good time to live it up. This probably looks a little different. Dear God, Mr. James, what's all this brown stuff? The brown stuff are words and phrases we have already had. If you see brown, that means it's in an older video. Amid just means in the middle of. Amid his broadcast, Cameron started choking. All right, time for the water. Positioning himself. For all you people in marketing out there, product positioning. Yeah, you've got something and you want to make it cool, and so then it will sell to a different audience. Colleges are on the brink. It means on the edge, or as we had another day, on the verge of, about to become, about to happen. On the brink of what? Of disaster. On the brink of bankruptcy. You're never on the brink of something good. Stay away from them brinks. The last section here, but there's a lot of meat on these bones. Reflect on just means to think back about. It's good to take some time every week to reflect on what you've done. Or let's say we're going from A to Z and we only make it to T. Does that make sense to you? I hope so. Stick with me here. You fell short of reaching your goal. Bid, we use it in auctions, like on eBay. You see a wonderful, I don't know, broom that you might like with a dustpan, and you say, I want that, and you put in a bid for this item. I will give you $3 for this. But then somebody else might want it as well and place a higher bid on it, and they're willing to pay $5. And so that means the other person outbid you. Out is a prefix meaning more or higher. Thank you for the guest appearance, broom and dustpan.
Yeah, but so he was trying to... How soon? Yes, soon.
Gonna be doing a whole episode on regrets and hypothetical past and presents. Ooh, that. You smell that? It smells like third conditional territory. Focus on.
Right? Amazon shuts down. Close. Finished. For now. A deadline further away into the future. All right. To postpone doing something.
To postpone doing something. I postponed starting this channel for a long time, but now here we are. Lyft taps more drivers to help. So to tap somebody to do something. It's like if somebody comes, you're standing there and they tap you on the shoulder like that. It's because they're trying to get your attention because they want you to do something. Maybe tell them what time it is, or to give them directions, or in this case, to get more drivers to help people. Nothing here, however, we do have Cameron Diaz. Now, she is the reason that when I email in international situations, everyone writes back to me, Dear Miss James, because everyone thinks Cameron is a lady's name. Look it up on Wikipedia. Historically, traditionally, a man's name. Either way, it doesn't matter. It makes for interesting conversation. However, when I was working in this high school, we had another teacher, Mr. Diaz. The students thought it was hilarious because if I married Mr. Diaz, then I would truly become Cameron Diaz. But thankfully, that didn't happen. No regrets. We have reached the end of our journey for the 15th of April. Breaking down the news. Grammar and vocabulary through headlines. Yes, this is live on Twitch. It will be chopped up, cut down, and reduced, put onto YouTube. I'm working on the Facebook, still improving the studio. Do you hear that echo? We'll see if we can ever solve that. And last but not least, I probably should have said it back at the beginning, but maybe you don't like what I do, and that's absolutely fine, good for you. I bet you probably know somebody who would. And so please pass it along, share, help a brother out. One love, see you in the morning, 8 a.m., bright and early, bring the coffee.